right, hello you guys. Okay, overwhelmingly you guys wanted to see videos from me if I felt up to it. Well, I feel up to it because quite frankly, as somebody who has fibromyalgia and deals with anxiety and chronic pain, you know, things can be very stressful, and so I need to find things that bring me joy. And one of the things that bring me joy is making videos for you guys and interacting with you down below in the comment section. So we're going to continue on here at the Kneady Homesteader, doing joyful things and things that are purposeful and empowering. And one of the most empowering things that I have ever done is learn to garden. You guys, last year was my first garden. Many of you watched me as I built my very first organic garden with the help of my wonderful husband, who built me the most beautiful raised beds. So this year I'm super excited. You know, I'm still a noob. I'm still trying to figure out what to do and how to do it. But for those of you who were not around last year was my first year actually building a real garden. I have grown tomato plants before. I used to, probably 15 years ago, I had a little strip next to my garage, just a little strip that I was able to grow a couple tomato plants. And then I grew some tomato plants in containers, in buckets. One year, but my dream was to have a big, beautiful garden. And when we moved to this house 2 years ago, that was like first on my list. So last year we built that garden. We used all organic soil. I actually learned how to germinate seeds, which I'll be doing sometime this week or over the weekend. So if you want to see that video, let me know. Yeah, so I'm planting my garden now, and I'm hoping it's just as successful. Last year was my first year and it was very successful, and I was able to can a lot of tomatoes, and we ate straight from the garden. And so this year, based on what we used last year, is how I decided what I was going to grow this year. Now I have 6 raised beds. They are 8 foot by 4 feet. I think 4 foot by 8 foot garden beds. So I can't grow all of the things that I want to grow, even though I have a ton of seeds on backup, in case that happens where, you know, we have to, you know, dig into the actual lawn. We don't have very good soil though. It's really sandy. So we went with the raised beds, with all organic soil. And so now I'm going to show you what I plan on growing. This year I'm not going to do as many tomatoes. Last year I had 3 garden beds of tomatoes. This year I'm going to do 1 because there's other things I want to grow instead. First and foremost, more salad. I cut from our salad almost every day last year. It was fantastic. I never knew that the intense, incredible flavor fresh salad had. It is a world of difference from what you buy at the grocery store or have at a restaurant. To snip your own lettuce and make a fresh garden salad at night with fresh garden tomatoes, oh my gosh, you guys, it was a game changer for me. So this year I want to grow more lettuce. So I'm going to dedicate 1 garden box to nothing but lettuce and spinach so that I have plenty of salad. So I'm going to spin you around. We're going to go through my seeds. And sorry for the lighting, guys. I have these, what are these? Thomas Edison lights. I don't know. They give off a lot of yellow light. Down here, I have my grow station. My lights are downstairs in my laundry room. But I'm going to be germinating seeds and then planting them. If you guys want to see me build my grow station, let me know. I will film that. I also have down here, right there in that, right there, I have 3 blueberry bushes, blueberry plants. So I am going to be planting blueberries this year. They're supposed to yield 20 to 30 pounds of blueberries a season. Now, of course, they're not going to give me any fruit this year and maybe not next year, but eventually they will. And can you imagine making blueberry preserves or canning blueberry pie filling with your own blueberries. I'm so excited, you guys. So, all right, I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna spin you around. We're gonna get through the seeds. Okay, guys, so I'm gonna start with, well, I'll start with the pumpkins. Now, last year, I planted pumpkins and they did not pollinate. They flowered, but they didn't pollinate. And then I was told that I could pollinate them myself, but see, there's a blooper. I could pollinate them myself, but I was so intimidated last year with it being my first year gardening. Oh my gosh, I didn't know, I really didn't know what I was doing. So this year, if that happens, I'm really gonna try to take a Q-tip and pollinate them myself. So we're gonna give these a try. I'm also not gonna put them in the garden beds. Last year I put them in my last garden bed and I just think they needed more room. So these I'm actually going to put into the ground and see how they do. So I have sugar pie pumpkins. Of course, if I get anything from this, I will be canning this to make homemade pumpkin pies for Thanksgiving. And then, of course, the jack-o'-lantern for the kiddos because they're super excited about that. They were so excited last year. I felt so bad that they didn't work out, but we're gonna try again this year. Okay, as far as my tomatoes go, now I'm going to be starting a lot of tomatoes because I sell them. And I sell them pretty inexpensive, but it's enough to where all of my seeds last year from what I sold, it paid for all of my seeds, it paid for all of my dirt, it paid for all of my supplies, and it really just worked out for me. So this year I'm going to do the same thing, and people really loved, they really loved their plants last year, so it brought me joy. So I'm going to go ahead and sell my plants again this year and you know, share the love. A lot of people don't have time to germinate seeds and start, you know, little seedlings. So I'm going to do that work for people, and then they can just go ahead and plant it in their garden. So so this year, oops, now my phone is just blowing up. All right, hold please. Okay, sorry about that, guys. All right, so beefsteak. Of course, you have to have a beefsteak, right? So now I do want to say, every time I could, anytime I could, I bought my seeds from M.I. Gardener. M.I. Gardener is a small mom and pop shop. His seeds are organic, heirloom, beautiful seeds. They were fantastic for me. Unfortunately, he was sold out of a lot of the things that I needed. And so in those cases, I had to buy a different organic brand. But whenever I could, I bought from M.I. Gardener. And I've been on his wait list. I'm still on several wait lists. And I, you know, check back every week to see if anything that I need came into stock. So most of the times you'll see M.I. Gardener seeds. They're fantastic. I love supporting mom and pop shops, especially fellow Michiganders. And I'm hoping to make my way to his shop. And if I do, I'm going to film it. You know, I'm going to film it for YouTube. So I love M.I. Gardener. So I'll leave a link down below to his site, and I'll throw a link up above to his YouTube channel because I learned so much about gardening from him. So love his seeds. But when I had to buy different brands. This is Seeds of Change. I did use these last year. They were also really good, and I was happy with them. So those are the ones that I'm going to use this year. I got these from Tractor Supply, and you can also get them from Home Depot. So we've got the beefsteak. M.I. Gardener had these. It's called Champagne Bubbles. They're green tomatoes, and they just intrigued me, so I had to get one of those. I also got the New Yorker, which is supposed to do really good in cooler weather. You know, I'm in northern lower Michigan, so our grow season here is very short. In fact, I can't even plant in my garden until June 1st, which, you know, people from the south are already, you know, gathering fruit and veggies at that time. So it's really short here, so I got to be really careful with what I choose to plant. Homestead tomato, that one was supposed to be really good. Subarctic Plenty. I'm going to give those a try. Never tried those. Large red cherry tomatoes for, of course, salads, along with the Chadwick cherry. And I also got this Sweetie tomato. So those are my tomatoes that I'm going to grow this year. And then we're gonna move on to herbs. I'm gonna do a lot of herbs this year. In fact, I'm gonna do container pots down below my deck in the shade for some. I'm gonna put some out in my garden box and see how they do out there. I plan on putting herbs wherever I can because I really want to dehydrate them this year and make my own seasoning blends. So that's my big goal this year. So I'm going to be growing the dwarf Greek basil, the mammoth basil, the Italian large leaf basil, and then I'm also going to be doing sweet Italian large leaf basil, which is the same as this. So actually I'm going to take this and I'm going to set it aside for my extra. I'm also going to give leeks a try. I've never grown leeks, but I've been cooking with them lately and I really love them. Oh, that reminds me, I got to do a video on how to clean leeks because I learned from my girlfriend Allison, so I will make a video next time I use leeks. I'm going, of course, to be growing chives, slow bolt cilantro, some oregano, rosemary, and this one is from Burpee. I think I got this also at Tractor Supply. Also some summer thyme, some Italian flat leaf parsley, of course some mammoth dill. This was fantastic last year. I plan on doing pickles this year using Paul's recipe from Paul's Rule of Thumb. And I'm super excited because his pickles are fantastic. He gave me a jar and they're incredible. If I can find his link to his video, I'll leave it up above for you guys. Caraway. Never grew caraway before, so I'm going to try that. I've also never grown bok choy, and I love this in chicken soup. So bok choy is on my list. Blanching onions, you know, green scallions, green onions, whichever you call them, but I'm going to grow those this year, along with jalapeno peppers because, you know, we've got to do jalapeno pepper jellies. Anaheim chili peppers did really well for me last year, so I'm going to grow them again this year. Also, oh, this is an extra too. I'm weeding through this stuff, so I'll put that in my bag. Sunbright sweet peppers. I'm going to grow a couple of these along with the autumn bell sweet peppers. Banana peppers did really well. We love this in our salad. And then the Hungarian yellow wax pepper. I know Matt and my son Eric will love this. They love the spicier peppers and they will love this in their salad. So I'm going to give that a try. All right. As far as my salad goes, like I said, I'm going to dedicate one garden box this year to just salad. And I'm so excited. Okay, so I got a salad bowl mix. Hopefully you guys can see that. Salad bowl mix. We're going to try endive. We're going to try some bronze gourd leaf. We're going to also grow some bronze mignette. Is that how you say it? Mignette? This was really good. I grew this last year. It was delicious. Hanson improved crisp head lettuce. Gonna give that a try. I've never grown iceberg lettuce and I want to do this for taco nights because I'm always buying the shreds for taco nights, and quite frankly I want to grow my own, so I'm going to give this a try this year. Along with two types of spinaches, we're going to do the Viroflay, and we're also going to do Bloomsdale spinach because I love spinach in salad, and making soup with spinach would also be fantastic. Two kinds of cucumbers. Now, I grew cucumbers last year, or attempted to, and they just did not grow. I mean, they didn't, I think I got a handful of flowers. I had a handful of cucumbers that were very picky. They actually had spikes on them, and they were like stunted. I swear they were like this big. And I was like, what did I do wrong with my cucumbers? And many of you hit me up over on Facebook and said that you guys had the same issues with your cucumbers last year. So I'm going to try them again this year. I really want to make pickles with my own cucumbers. I just think it would be incredible. So I am trying the Burpee pickler and the pickle bush. Both of those are from Burpee, and so we're going to give those a try to make homemade pickles. I'm also going to grow for the very first time radish. So I picked up the cherry bell and rainbow carrots. I mean, look at how pretty those are, right? So I got to try them. So I'm going to give those a try. I'm also now, last year, one of our favorite things, one of our favorite vegetables anyway in this family are green beans. Everybody loves green beans, and I love sauteing green beans with onions and garlic and water chestnuts. It's fantastic. It's our favorite side dish. So last year, picking fresh green beans out of the garden and feeding my family, you know, at dinner time, our own homegrown beans, it was amazing. And so this year I'm growing a couple of more green bean bushes. So so we are going to try the Royal Burgundy, and you see that they're like a really deep purple. I thought they were super cool, so I'm going to try these. This is a bush bean. Another bush bean that I'm going to be growing is the Strike. This is the one that I grew last year, and they were fantastic. So I got those. And then I also got Kentucky Wonders, and now this is a pole bean. So I got several of these, and they're in my bag, but I picked up one for each. Now, if you guys saw my garden last year, I have arches, garden arches between the boxes. And so I'm going to grow these pole beans up around the arches this year. So I got one for every arch for 2 of the arches, and then the other 2 arches I'm going to leave open for the Mudbrooker, because the Mudbrooker so graciously gave me family heirloom organic seeds for squash last year, and they grew beautifully up over my archway. They flowered, but they never they also never pollinated. So this year I'm really going to try self-pollinating, and I'm saving one arch for the Mudbrooker's heirloom family squash, and it's probably going to be the front, so that every time I look out at my garden I think of the Mudbrooker, because I just love him. I'm going to leave a link to his channel up above. He's the one who taught me how to cook in cast iron, and so if you want to learn how to cook with cast iron, oh my gosh, that is the channel you need to go to. He is the master of cast iron cooking. He's phenomenal, and I love his channel, and I love him, and go check him out. So anyway, I am doing Kentucky Wonders, and then I'm also going to be doing Royalty Purple Pods. Look at those. So I'm going to do 2 purple green beans, because I think they're going to be fun. All right, so that is for my garden. Now, something I've never done before is grow flowers from seed. I've never done it, and so I want to learn. So I'm going to try to do it. And if I can be successful, I plan on growing these alongside of my driveway. I have a 1 acre frontage on the front of my property, so our driveway is pretty long, and we have a creek that kind of runs alongside of our driveway. And so I think it would be really pretty to have some flowers going up the drive, and so that's my goal. I also would like to put a few around the bottom of my deck where our hot tub is, and so and maybe a few around my shed, which we may be turning into a chicken coop. I gotta do research though. If you know of any videos teaching you how to turn a shed into a chicken coop, leave them down below for me. Because I need help on that. But anyway, okay, so here are some of the flowers I'm going to grow, and these are all from M.I. Gardner. So Celosia, I think that's how you pronounce this. pronounce it. They're these really pretty feathery flowers. So I'm gonna try those. Silver aster, the little pom-poms. Zinnia candy stripe mix, super pretty. Salpiglossis? Salpiglossis? Is that how you pronounce that? I'm probably really butchering this right now, you guys. Anyway, they're really pretty wildflowers, so I grabbed that. Bells of Ireland. Now this is just a green, just greenery, but it was so pretty. And I have a hydrangea bush outside that is gorgeous. The hydrangeas, no joke, are like 1.5 feet big. They're humongous. So I thought, you know, I like to cut the flowers and bring them in and put them in a 1/2 gallon mason jar and set them on my table. So I thought the Bells of Ireland would be a really pretty greenery to put with it. So that's why I bought that. I also got some snapdragons because I just think they're really pretty. So I got the apple blossom. I also got the orange wonder, and I got the rose. And then this year we're going to grow our very first sunflowers. I think the kids are going to love it. I think I'm going to grow them behind my garden. My long-term plan for my garden is, of course, to expand it, but I also would like to put a greenhouse out there. A small greenhouse, but a greenhouse nonetheless, so that I can start my seeds out there and grow things a little bit sooner and for a little bit longer. Because my backyard gets full sun from morning to night. So eventually, if I hit the lottery, it will come sooner. But other than that, it's my long-term goal is to get a little greenhouse out there in the middle of my garden, and then build out of, you know, from there, having the greenhouse as the center, and then arches, you know, behind it, on the sides, and in front of it, and then filling it in with blueberry bushes and things like that. So in my mind, I have it all set up. So for now, where my greenhouse eventually will be, I think I'm going to grow some sunflowers. So I grabbed the Mammoth, and I also grabbed the Autumn Beauty. I did order a burgundy one from M.I. Gardner, but I did not get it. So they must have sold out. So there's that. And then I also got some English lavender. And of course, this is a great herb. You can make a lemon lavender jelly with this. It's fantastic. It's not for everyone. It's very shishi poo poo. It's really, it's fantastic on biscuits with tea. So if you enjoy that kind of stuff, you know, I'm Welsh, so I grew up at tea time at 4 o'clock, where you would have biscuits and jelly. So if you're into that, a lavender and lemon jelly on biscuits with a cup of red rose tea is fantastic. It's good for the soul. I picked up wild bergamot bee balm, and I'm super excited about this. I'm hoping it'll attract some bees into my garden, and hopefully I won't have to, you know, help pollinate if that is the case. So I'm gonna plant some bee balm. I'm also going to grow some butterfly milkweed. So I hope that brings some more butterflies to me too. And Homestead lavender. This just was really pretty, and so I'm just gonna plant this, and I think I might plant this around my deck. So that's all right, that. Guys, that is it. Those are the seeds that I plan on growing this year. Fingers crossed for me that everything germinates and takes and is healthy and grows strong and plants with love, and have a toddler go out and sing to your plants every day, because I swear that's what was the magic in my garden last year that made it so successful. Mina would go out every day. She touched all the plants. She sang to them. She talked to them, and they just grew and grew, and it was a really successful garden last year. So I am hoping and praying that I am as blessed this year with a bountiful garden. And if I am, you guys will be seeing me dehydrate a lot of herbs, and we're gonna make some spice blends. I'm super excited about that. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this video brought you joy and a little excitement about spring and gardening, got your mind off of some things, and yeah, I found my little happy place with my garden. So let me know again if you want to see me build my grow stand. I will film that for you, and I'll be seeing you guys really soon. In fact, tonight I plan on making another video for you. It'll probably go up on Friday on how to make a really easy Spanish rice that doesn't require meat. So it's a very filling meal. And it's a way that you can use your food stores in a time of, you know, where you really got to watch your pantry and the food that you use and how much you use, and you want everyone to have nice full bellies and be satisfied and eat a great meal, but you want to do it on a dime and make things stretch. So we're gonna make some Spanish rice tonight for dinner, and I'm gonna show you how you can use it as a main course, and it's gonna be fantastic. So I will be filming that for you tonight. That'll probably be up on Friday. So, all right, guys, I will be seeing you soon. You take care, be well, be safe, and I will see you soon.